Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Station Camp High School. We have a special Tennessee high school baseball broadcast on the Full Count Broadcast Network. Travis Smith, a longtime Full Count supporter, has twisted my arm, and we did what we could do to get a broadcast. Hopefully we got enough internet to push this out onto our Full Count Broadcast Network on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. And tonight I am actually joined by Travis Smith, a supporter here at Station Camp High School. His son is a freshman on the Station Camp Bison junior varsity squad. So, Travis, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you. Thanks for coming out here and having us. Appreciate it. You're a blessing to us, and enjoy your summer broadcasts. And so I really appreciate you coming out here to Station Camp and doing this.
I tell you, these Tennessee high school broadcasts have been a lot of fun, right along with that Little League broadcast I got to do. And this is my first broadcast here at Station Camp High School. And speaking of the Internet Wizard, our mechanic is here in case we have any problems.
Yeah.
We might need to get you to hold that box up in the air, maybe a little bit higher. Our upload is a little bit on the down low right now. Todd Neal, also a Full Count supporter for many years, has shown up here at the Bison Field. Tonight's game features the Bison of Station Camp. They are a 3A team in Tennessee high school baseball. They have an 8-0 conference record in the 9 3A division. Hendersonville High School is in the division just higher up in 4A. They're in District 12. They have a 4-4 district record. So this is an out-of-district, but a rivalry inside Sumner County between the Bison of Station Camp and the Commandos of Hendersonville High School. Appreciate you joining us on the Full Count Broadcast Network as head coach Corey Heppard gets a cameo appearance on the camera. Travis, tell us a little bit about the Station Camp Bison.
Well, you know, Tim, they were in the same district for many, many years, and so they played each other. They're used to these backyard brawls, and I suspect they'll be back in the same district sooner rather than later as the area continues to expand and grow. Station Camp's had a good year, a really good year. Played a lot of tough teams, which is indicative of their overall record. But in the district, they've done well. They unblemished and are going to host the district tournament here at Station Camp, and have a pretty good chance to get out of it.
When does that district tournament start?
That starts on Friday.
So a week from tomorrow.
Yep.
So May 3rd.
Yep.
That'll be right here at Station Camp in the heart of Sumner County.
Yeah.
Kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
Station Camp, not the newest high school any longer in Sumner County. That's being held down now by Liberty Creek. Hendersonville High School will play the Liberty Creek Wolves tomorrow night in another Sumner County rivalry game before they begin district play next week as well. Well, let's get you the Chick-fil-A of Rivergate starting lineups. First for the visiting Commandos, who come in with a record of 14-14-3. This is game number 32 of the year for Hendersonville High School. Leading off, playing shortstop, Gavin Miller. Batting second, playing left field, is Houston Bogle. Batting third, the center fielder, Mason Baker. Cade Pomeroy in the DH spot. He's in the cleanup role today. Brought his broom with him, I think, from the Pomeroy house. Lake Morris out in right field, his batting fifth. Jacob Murphy behind the plate, batting sixth. Justin Varbencourt is the pitcher today. He'll hit seventh. Peyton Peterson at first base, batting eighth. And batting ninth, the third baseman, Ford Proctor, playing second base today for Hendersonville High School. Colin Smith. And for the home team, the Bison of Station Camp, leading off, playing shortstop, Carter Casabella. Nate Parsons at second base, batting second. Noah Rice out in center field. He'll bat third, and the cleanup hitter for Station Camp is Tucker Smith. He'll play first base. Sam Mullins is the DH, batting fifth. Mattis Schlagenhaft is the left fielder, batting sixth. Caleb DeVore at third base, hitting seventh. Catcher Nick Alexander batting eighth, and batting ninth is Noah Jenkins. He'll be on the mound. And out in right field is Jackson White. This is a special full count broadcast today, and we've had a few others. Hendersonville High School took on Rossview. I think that was our very first special broadcast back probably a month and a half ago at the beginning of the year. And then another broadcast, I think the next week, between Hendersonville and Liberty Creek. Those two games were played at Volunteer State Community College because the home field for Hendersonville, Drakes Creek, was still under reconstruction after the tornado. Was there any tornado damage here, Travis?
Not this year. You can
December?
Tell our right field took a beating last February. Still hasn't put the panels up yet, but nothing this past December on the big tornado.
All right, lights are already on here at the ball field and waiting on somebody or something, but we have our umpires that are here, but seeing maybe we're waiting on a public address announcer.
You're right.
That may be it. We can't get started without the national anthem. It is Military and First Responder Appreciation Night here at the ballpark. And all military members and first responders, police officers, EMS workers, ambulance. I'm not sure if FBI special agents make the first responder list, but
I'm sure you
or retired personnel.
Well, you did some first responding.
I responded first a couple of times. There were a few bank robberies that I was the first one there.
There you go. So first responder.
Yeah, first responder.
Thank you for your service.
Thank goodness that was that retirement was 9 years ago, and now God's brought this broadcast gig that keeps me busy. But this is a special full count broadcast, and Full Count Ministries, of course, is a baseball ministry begun about 2010, and currently is the umbrella organization over the Full Count Rhythm, and that's how these media outlets, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, really, I guess, started with live stream broadcasting, of course. 2021, Full Count Rhythm began their inaugural season, and the broadcasts, I think at that time, were just on Facebook. Now we've evolved into Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, and this summer we'll move to Prospect League TV as the Full Count Rhythm will move into the Prospect League after 3 years in the Ohio Valley League. And that will make quite a few changes, honestly, and costs a lot more money. So if you are inclined to share some of your wealth that God has provided you with, Full Count Ministries and Full Count Rhythm sure could use some additional funding as either you could be a founding member, you could be a sponsor, as Travis Smith is a donor in many ways. I'm confident. I don't see the donor list, but Travis Smith is not only around with in time and coaching and discipleship groups, and we'll get into that later on, but I know he's a sponsor with money as well. But also Edge Appraisals, is your company, is a sponsor in the program.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your advertising in the program.
Yeah, I mean, I would encourage any local businesses around here, or not even local, just to get involved in. It's a great place to put your donations. You can get in the program. You can sponsor a night. You can sponsor many things that will help these kids throughout the summer and this ministry that goes year round. So I appreciate you doing this broadcast. I appreciate you mentioning Edge Appraisals Services. It's a little local appraisal business that I have here in Sumner County and all over the Middle Tennessee area. Try to do appraisals for people that need a home reassessment for whatever various reasons. But I would encourage any local business or any businesses out there, that want to pour into a ministry, this is a great ministry to pour your time and your money and prayers especially.
Well, if you know the broadcaster, then occasionally you get thrown a little bit of extra. So, sometimes when the umpire maybe sweeps the plate off or something like that, somebody just needs to make up that plate was swept. Brought to you by Edge Appraisals.
Yeah.
They'll sweep you off the feet with their appraisal deals, and if you need a high appraisal, they'll give it. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. That's why they pay the big bucks, Tim.
Yeah.
Quick thinking.
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
right. Yeah, that's how all that money's coming in. That is again, I'm not sure. I assume we're waiting on a public address announcer to be the only thing that I can guess, unless we're waiting on the starting pitcher.
If you don't mind, Tim, I'd like to hear your thoughts on, or expound a little bit on what actual full count rhythm is. You mentioned it in your opening, but for the people out there who may just be tuning in for the first time, what is Full Count Rhythm? Full Count Rhythm is a summer collegiate baseball team that is under the umbrella of Full Count Ministries. Full Count Ministries, as it started in 2010, was a baseball ministry that probably young men, young and 20s and 30s guys who started it, were going on mission to Nicaragua primarily, and then it became, of course, as you know, a ministry locally. Mm-hmm. And in 2013, the Full Count Fall League started for high school players and has been going ever since. So that's 11, maybe 12 years now of Full Count Fall League. And then Josh Carmen, who came into the Full Count ministry as an employee, as a missionary, after being in the business world, he had a thought of bringing on a college team under the umbrella of Full Count Ministries, and that came to fruition in 2021. Mm-hmm. Major undertaking, mm-hmm. and took a lot of supporters, took a lot of money, and 3 years in, Full Count Rhythm played in the Ohio Valley League, a team of between, I think it was about a 9-team league when we started in 2021, and last year I think it was an 11-league team, supposed to have been a 12. Mm-hmm. And Full Count Rhythm lost in the championship round in the first year and then won the championship in 2022 and 2023. So enjoyed quite a bit of success in the Ohio Valley League. Fastest team to ever reach to reach 100 wins. Did that in 134 games. That's just a little bit of the research that I do from time to time, Travis. I'm a research guy. I like statistics. I like numbers, and little things like that interest me. But Full Count Rhythm is made up of college players from all around the country, and actually has been all around the world. We had a player from Japan. That's right. On our first team, Junpei Ohashi. Yeah. And other teams have had players from all over the world, but for the most part, they all play at colleges in the United States or Puerto Rico. So there'll be 35 to 40 players that will come into Middle Tennessee to play a 56-game baseball schedule. And half those games will be played at Drakes Creek Park, the home field for Full Count Rhythm, which is also the home field for Hendersonville High School. And then the other 28 games will be played on the road. This will be the first year that Full Count Rhythm will have overnight stays. Typically, it's been bus rides to and from each night. No farther typically than 3 hours, maybe 3 hours, 15 minutes after Louisville decided to change their venue to Lexington. Oh, wow. So that was not ideal last year. But now their Prospect League has teams as far away as Johnstown, Pennsylvania, up into Iowa, Missouri, Arkansas. No, not Arkansas. Illinois, Indiana, Ohio. There's 2 teams in Tennessee. We are not the southernmost team. Jackson, Tennessee, the Jackson Rockabillys are the southernmost team in the So a lot of traveling
And
this summer.
yeah, there'll be quite a bit, yes. And we do have a new travel company. I don't remember now what the name of that company is, but that's vital.
Mm-hmm.
But the support that Full Count Rhythm has through the Full Count Ministry is amazing, and it's guys like you and I know I'll leave 8 million people out, but the two standing right here, Todd Neal and Kevin Pomeroy and John Smith, and people that are on the board of Full Count Ministries, Brandon Jaggers and Grant Edwards, and but the host home families that are so key to the success of any summer league team, really. If a young man does not have a good place to stay, lay his head, and wash his uniform and all that, doesn't have some buy-in, then their experience is, I don't care how well they do on the field, it can't be a good experience if they don't have a good host home family. And we've got folks that have taken in anywhere up to 3 players or coaches in a summer.
And we're still actively looking for some of those.
We are looking for host home families. So if you're interested, you can go to fullcountministries.com or go to fullcountrhythm.com, and there's a place to contact Josh Carmen or his wife Brooke Carmen. Reed Glover is also on staff at Full Count Ministries. So host home families looking for sponsors, $250 for a quarter-page ad in the program, $500 for a half-page ad, and $1,000 for a full-page ad. And $1,000, I think, gets you commercial. Oh, okay. That's what we're waiting on. Okay. The special junior ROTC folks that will be bringing in the colors, as they call it. You don't just bring in a flag here at Trevisan.
That's right.
When you have the military folks, you're bringing in the colors.
Full Count Rhythm channel. I see it.
Oh, here they are.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back with the colors on the Full Count Rhythm Broadcast Network.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
This is home. So is this. And this. But home isn't just the stunning views or the rugged beauty. It's what you make of it. It's a place for joy and peace. A safe haven where memories are made. It's all of these things. Home is a feeling, and it's created by the people around you. This region is home, and we're so proud to be a part of it.
Station Camp Junior ROTC program will be presenting the colors as you see them come out onto the field from first base. Now we will have the national anthem, but we will have to mute the national anthem. Be right back.
This time we'll do starting lineups for both teams, followed by a ceremonial first pitch. First, the starting lineup.
Well, the starting lineups from the public address announcer, so we'll take another quick break.
Batting first,
Come right back on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Gallatin, Miller.
At Jersey Mike's, they slice your order fresh right in front of you. And let me tell you, watching that can send a rush of emotions through a person. Excitement, impatience, baby-like wonder, indecisive, anticipatory chewing, nerves pacing, happy claps, and finally, jealousy, because that's this guy's sub. I should order one. Good idea. Sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Here at Pizza Ranch, our research tells us kids love our buffet. All right, kids, to recap, your favorite things about eating at Pizza Ranch: pizza, chicken leg. Wait, who said pudding plate? Joey, what's a pudding plate?
It's a plate full of pudding.
Carl, put it on the board. Kids love Pizza Ranch, and parents love that kids eat free on Tuesday nights.
Pizza Ranch, everyone's favorite buffet.
I think this kid is onto something.
Tim Reese and Travis Smith back for the Full Count Broadcast Network, a special Tennessee high school baseball broadcast tonight here in Middle Tennessee. Sumner County rivals, the Station Camp Bison versus the Hendersonville High School Commandos. 10 miles, possibly, probably less than 10 miles between the two high schools. Formerly in the same district, but with the addition of Liberty Creek High School here in Sumner County, that took several students and players away from each of these high schools. More so probably from Beach and Station Camp High School than Hendersonville High School, but it did shuffle the deck around. Portland probably wasn't affected too much, maybe a little bit. Portland and Gallatin High School, but these are longtime rivals here as long as Station Camp has been in the league. So we are about ready to get set. If you're just joining us, Station Camp will be wearing the gray typically a road uniform, but not for station camp, apparently. Do they have whites?
Creams. We have a
They
cream.
have a cream?
Mhm.
Okay.
The instructor of the Junior ROTC at Station Camp High School, Master Sergeant retired Archie
Have
Harville.
a
Ceremonial first pitch.
Master Sergeant Harville served 21 years of active duty in the United States Army. Had various deployments overseas to Iraq, Somalia, and Afghanistan. Master Sergeant Harville retired in 2005 and began his career at Station Camp High School as the current U.S. Army JROTC instructor. Thank you, Master Sergeant.
strike one from the Master Sergeant. Looks like
Right down the middle.
Gavin Miller's going to start with an 0-1 count. Just joining us, the Hendersonville batting lineup looks like this. Gavin Miller leading off. Houston Bogle batting second. Mason Baker hitting third. And the next three are Cade Pomeroy, Lake Morris, and Jacob Murphy. And 7, 8, and 9, Justin Varbancourt, Peyton Peterson, Ford Proctor to face Noah Jenkins, right-hander on the mound for Station Camp Bison. I do not have any stats for any of these players. Do have a little bit of information.
I'll do the best I can from memory.
Travis, I was going to say, you have the Station Camp batting statistics memorized?
I've got a few. We'll come up with something. Whatever you need, Tim, just ask.
Well, tell me, has Noah Jenkins been on the hill much this year, or is he?
He has.
Okay.
Typically, we have Carter Casabella, who is our
He's your number one.
bona fide one, and then it has been by committee for the second game of districts. But Noah's pitched almost 20 innings this year.
Okay.
According to Game Changer.
He's a junior.
2-0 on the season.
Okay. Well, there you go. That's what the good analyst is going to do, is going to come up with those stats.
Number 3, Gavin Miller.
Travis Smith, full count supporter, and he is a father of a Station Camp baseball player, but Stockton plays junior varsity.
That's correct. Yes, sir. He's
We
a
are
freshman.
set to go. First pitch is swung on and fouled off to the right side, and we are underway at 6:18 p.m. Central Time. Weather brought to you by Edge Appraisal Services. 69 degrees at game time. Ground ball to shortstop. Casabella up and over to Smith for out number one.
Looking good, getting the ground ball early. Got an out on the board.
So Miller, the first out of the top of the first, brings up 5'11", 160-pound sophomore Houston Bogle, the left fielder. Jenkins pouring in the strikes, gets that call on the outside corner. That breaking pitch landed high. Bogle looking at a 1-ball, 1-strike count with the red batting gloves on. One catches the outside corner, another fastball. On deck, Mason Baker, the center fielder. Nice pick by Nick Alexander behind the plate. So a fastball, we got a breaking pitch and a fastball and a breaking pitch.
Sounds like
a pattern. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. And he did not want us to get to a full count Ministries full count, did he?
No. I'll tell you what, Tim, he is working quick. Does not labor out there at all. He gets the ball back from Nick and he goes to work immediately.
Mason Baker, 6 foot, 190-pound senior center fielder. He is scheduled to head to the Naval Academy to go play football as he fouls that one off. So It'll be a bit of a special night for him here on Military Appreciation First Responders Night. Breaking pitch stays high. Ball and a strike. I believe he is their starting quarterback. Is that
sounds about right?
Driven in the right center field. That's going to get in and plug the gap. He rounds first. He is looking for three, and he's going to find it. Slides in there just for the fun of it, but a two-out triple. Could have been a stand-up, but he slid.
Yeah. That one was hammered.
You got the exit velo on that?
I did not, but I would assume it's close to triple digits in the gap, right center field.
Here comes the soon-to-be teacher. He's got the pencil bat. Cade Pomeroy swings at the first pitch. Grounds one in the hole. It's going to be a tough play. Casabello slips on the turf, and that's going to be an infield single and an RBI for Cade Pomeroy in the Framework Athletics. First run of the game for the Commandos on an infield single. Drives in Baker. It's a little two-out rally by the Commandos.
The backhand was the play there. Just lost his footing.
I was looking forward to seeing what that arm looked like from shortstop. That fastball misses high and away to Lake Morris. So back-to-back singles brought to you by Edge Appraisal Services. He's just going to be our all-time sponsor. How about that? Fastball misses in the right-handed batter's box. Lake Morris headed to Belmont University, my alma mater. He'll be there as a left-handed pitcher, along with a couple Station Camp Bison. That fastball hits the river on the outside corner for a called strike. Center fielder Noah Rice and first baseman Tucker Smith also headed to Nashville, Tennessee. Belmont Bruins swing and a miss on a high fastball. Read an article about the three of them. I guess they've been playing baseball together for a while. And
saw that.
Kind of an interesting time for the three of them to decide we're going to go there. Popped up out to the left field, left center field. Back goes Rice. He's going to make a running catch over the shoulder as he headed toward the Myers something or other sign out there by the scoreboard. Makes the catch for out number 3. Commandos score 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. After 2 outs, the triple by Mason Baker and the infield single by Cade Pomeroy produced the first run of the ball game. Puts Hendersonville up 1-0. We're not going to do a lot of commercials here that you've seen a few of. I've seen Jersey Mike's the sponsor of Full Count Rhythm, and tell you a little bit about Full Count Ministries. But we're going to have talking commercials. So,
I like that.
Travis, tell us, we'll get started with how did you get involved first with Full Count Ministries?
You know, probably back in 2000, I wouldn't know what year, 11, 12, something like that. Somebody told me about going on a trip. I think Jeff Parsons and Kevin Pomeroy had mentioned Full Count baseball trip to Nicaragua to share the gospel. I had been going to Haiti through the church that I attend, Long Hollow Baptist, and so I thought, let's go to Nicaragua, play some baseball, and I went, and I was hooked. From that moment on, I wanted to be involved everything I could, D groups, fall league, whatever was available. I enjoyed it so much that I have been involved since that time.
So who were some of the people that you went on that trip with? Do you remember your first? Because you've been in what, half a dozen or more times now to Nicaragua?
Yeah, I probably 7 or 8.
Okay.
Clay Sanders, assistant coach here at Hendersonville, was on that trip.
You mentioned Jeff Parsons.
Jeff Parsons ended up not going on that trip, but he's the one that invited me.
You call him quitter too?
I do not.
Because he didn't go on that trip?
No. Kevin Pomeroy was on that trip.
Okay.
Nathan Davenport.
There's Jeff Parsons right there walking in front of the screen. He'll be the
first base coach.
Nathan Davenport, you said?
Yeah.
Was on that trip.
Nathan.
One of the, actually, probably the guy,
Yeah.
if you had to point to one person
Absolutely.
that started Full Count Ministries is Nathan Davenport.
He was on that first backpack trip.
Okay. Carter Casabella, shortstop leadoff batter for Station Camp to face the Justin Varbencourt here in the bottom of the first inning. Breaking pitch in there on the outside corner. Nice pitch by Varbencourt. Casabella is headed to Tennessee Tech as a pitcher. Check swing.
Laid off it.
So when he's not pitching, he's playing shortstop. Wonder if he's going to try to become a two-way player when he goes up to Tech.
I don't know. I know he wants to pitch. I know he loves pitching.
1 ball, 2 strikes to the leadoff batter. He drills one in the left center field. That's going to plug the gap in the left center field, but he probably will hold up at 2 with nobody out. A leadoff double by Casabella. Common spelling of Casabella. C-A-S-A-B-E-L-L-A. I know that means something. Casa means house in Spanish. Not sure what Bella is, but maybe we can get our Nicaraguan missionary folks who may be listening chime in.
Tell us what Bella
Alex
means.
Montiel and Hado Rubio, David Zeladon.
That's pretty good. That's a really
Francisco David Zeladon.
I just call them by the first names. They're my buddies.
Yes. What do they call you, Trev? What's your Nicaraguan name? They just call you Travis?
Masher when I'm at the plate.
Yeah. Okay. Wake up, Trev.
You laughed at that.
Breaking pitch in there for a called strike. You and I have been on a trip together. Once or twice?
We were on the Mesa, right? Were we on the Mesa?
Up on the Mesa.
Spending the night camping?
We were camping.
That's right.
Pomeroy and Davenport. Pitch in the dirt. Nice stop there by Jacob Murphy. That's back with XMA, Terry Parks.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
A lot of missionaries. God has put Nicaragua in the heart of a lot of people here in Sumner County. 3 different ministries that I know of that have influence there. Get Strong Ministry, Scott Batson, Christy Batson, and others in
Todd
Okotal.
Cox.
Todd Cox. Fouled off at the plate. Nate Parsons, the middle son of Jeff Parsons, a junior playing second base. Somebody told me he's the best of all of them. Grady is up at Roan State. Is this kid right here, is Nate Parsons better than Grady Parsons?
Well, Nate Parsons was the best 8-year-old I ever saw at Goodlettsville Little League. Made a backhanded play in the hole.
Pitch in the dirt, and Murphy could not locate that one.
Nate smart to stay in the box there. Play coy. Not getting the catcher's interference.
On the play, Casabella moves to third on the what will be ruled a wild pitch. Another breaking pitch. Misses down. Well, our first Full Count Ministries. Full Count. Wouldn't be here without Full Count Ministries. Pretty much all of this equipment purchased on behalf of Full Count Ministries. Just missed downstairs with the breaking pitch. Did not want to challenge him with a fastball. Tried to pick at a corner, and Parsons able to hold his water there and not offer at the breaking pitch just below the knees. And it puts runners at the corners, brought to you by Hendersonville Jewelers, my buddy Jimmy Murphy. Brian Stubblefield over at Hendersonville Jewelers. Just got my wife's ring back after having some work done on it. She thinks it's a brand new ring. Ground ball, base hit into right field by Noah Rice. Senior center fielder heading to Belmont University. Go Bruins. And he knocks in the Framework Athletics first run of the game for Station Camp.
Just doing a job there. I like it. Something hard to the right side. Ties the game up, 1-1.
So
Still no outs.
Double walk and a single, as both teams now have 2 hits in the game and 1 run. Station Camp has not recorded an out yet here. Tucker Smith steps in.
Station Camp is sitting fastball and letting all the breaking stuff go.
Well, that pitch right there might have hit a guy standing in the left-handed batter's box, called a strike. Apparently it whispered at the outside corner. Varbencourt steps off. I'm not going to give you his spelling because I think I've seen it 3 different ways.
Is it
Runner goes from second. Pitch is popped up into right center field. Mason Baker is going to backpedal and make the catch. And the 2 runners will head back to their respective bases. And there's the first out of the inning. Hit and run maybe on, do you think?
No,
the run and hit?
I think Nate was stealing, straight stealing, and Tucker saw something he liked and poked it out there, but just not enough.
Rice at first base did not look like he was off on the pitch, but Sam Mullins, junior designated hitter, steps to the plate.
Sam usually plays shortstop when Carter pitches.
Okay.
He is well versed in the infield, second base, shortstop guy.
Like a change up there, it missed.
He's on Team Trevis in the Fall League.
Okay, got a little Team Trevis love here.
Catch, a little pitch, a little shortstop, center field, whatever I need him to do. Good kid.
Catcher tells Varbencourt to step off the base. High school baseball, you can do that as much as you want. College, you can do it 1 time.
That inside move we've seen several times. No throw actual on it, but notice the hands are always together. When you pitch, the hands kind of separate, so you can kind of easily see that coming.
Well, that definitely will slow you down if you're off. Yeah, they're going to go ahead and throw. Switch to the wrong camera. That's the best camera angle for it.
That time he did a spin move, not the traditional inside that we had seen 3 or 4 times.
Is Parsons at second base? See a big base stealer for
He is. He's quick.
Station Camp.
Fast.
His brother Grady is a freshman at Roane State Community College. Fastball misses inside. We are set up right next to our cameras, so you can see where the cameras are, right behind home plate. We are broadcasting from Station Camp High School. Quick move there as he did not spend a lot of time looking back at second. Gets a swing and a miss from Sam Mullins. On deck is Maddox Schlegenhaft.
Very good. Traditional spelling on that one?
Yes, absolutely. The Germanic spelling. There's another play to second base. And ruled safe. Tag applied. Might have been aggressive there by Colin Smith, but I don't think he's got anything against Nate Parsons. It's just need to get that tag down quickly.
They are
concerned.
They run that play a lot. Earlier in the year they beat Beach with that play, picked off a runner at second in extra innings.
Mullins decided he didn't want to wear that one. He scoots back. Count goes 3 balls and a strike. Thanks for joining us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter tonight. Special Tennessee high school broadcast on the Full Count Broadcast Network. Batting in the bottom of the first. Popped up. That'll be playable. It'll be in foul territory. The catcher will come over. Looked like Jacob Murphy looked at Peyton Peterson. That is a foul ball. Brings us to a Full Count Ministries full count, but probably the third and priority person was the one that
closest and had the best play on it.
That's definitely the first baseman's ball. If you can get up there and look to me like Peterson had a shot at it, he just did not take control of that situation. So Sam Mullins, the full count with Nate Parsons at second, Noah Rice at first. Carter Casabella's already taken his trip around the bases. Safely back in the dugout with the Framework Athletics first run of the game. Framework Athletics.
Think they're in motion here, Tim?
Yes, I think they're gone. They are not.
They're not.
Fly ball to left field. Over is Houston Bogle in foul territory. He will make the catch. So Varbancourt is an out away from getting out of further trouble. First three reached in the inning, and then he's gotten a fly out to center field and a fly out to left field. 2 outs. Left fielder Maddox Schlagenhaft. SCHLAGENHAFT.
You're just showing off now, Tim. Former Team Travis Fall League player.
Oh, that's right. He swings at the first pitch, fouls it out of play. How many you got on this roster, you think?
Tucker Smith, Noah Rice, former players as well. Body, Alex Boderoff, who is injured right now. And that's it. Because you can only have 5.
Yeah. Breaking pitch up and in. On deck, Caleb DeVore. One of 2 Team Reese players. Caleb DeVore.
Who's the other one?
Jordan Waller, backup catcher for Hendersonville High School. DeVore did not play his senior year. He's also a golfer. So probably take his sticks up to University of Tennessee in Knoxville, but not planning on trying out for their golf team. Assuming he doesn't have the game for it, but
he played with my son on the Station Camp golf team.
2-1 pitch, fouled off.
2-2.
Now Varbancourt is a strike away from getting out of the inning. Carter Casabella led off with a double in the left center field. Then got to third on a wild pitch. Nate Parsons walked. Single by Noah Rice into right field. Drove in Casabella. And now he's going to get out of it with a pop-up into center field. Baker under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. Varbancourt works around the walk and the RBI single. Only allows 1 run on the 2 hits. There were 2 runners left on base. After 1 complete, it's a 1-1. We're scheduled for 7 here at Station Camp. We will take a break, and we'll come back for the top of the second after this short message.
Score home run deals from your hometown dealer. Rhythm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. We've got Nashville's best selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Plus, every new vehicle comes with Rhythm's exclusive lifetime warranty. Unlimited time, unlimited miles at no additional charge. We've got great deals on deck, so step up to the plate. Find your new Chrysler Dodge Jeep or Ram at rhythmcdjr.com. Feel the rhythm, love the ride.
Hey, I've been thinking, bank fees can seem pretty cruel. Well, they did until I went to Volunteer State Bank. I found a bank with a local personalized service and free checking. Yeah, may I present to you Kasasa. Now, it's kind of like my checking account is paying me instead of the other way around. Visit one of our 11 locations or anywhere you have a phone. Real people, real solutions, right here. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Tim Reese and Travis Smith back for the top of the second inning. Here's the special Tennessee high school baseball broadcast on the Full Count Broadcast Network. Bubba Perry is checked in on Facebook, sneaking in for don't know if it's a pitch or two or an inning or two. Not sure how long Bubba's got. He is a busy man. Jacob Murphy leading off for the Commandos. He is up in the count, 2 balls and no strikes to Noah Jenkins. And now 3 balls and no strikes to the sophomore catcher, 5'11", 165 pounds. That one gets in there at the letters for a called strike. Hendersonville wearing their olive green, popped up down the right side. It's going to be a tough play. And dropped by the second baseman, Nate Parsons. He had it in his glove and just dropped it as he was heading toward the right field line, probably just out of your view.
Very tough play, over the shoulder, Willie May style, full sprint. I know he'd like to have that one back, but that was a tough long run, almost all the way to the foul line.
Charged an error on that. Justin Varbencourt, the pitcher, stands in. He's going to square around the bunt, pulls the bat back, and pitch is called a strike. Swings away that time and hits off the screen behind home plate and travels out of play. Count goes no balls and 2 strikes. Late arriving crowd, normal game time for these high school games. It's been 7 o'clock. I assume because it's military appreciation, first responder appreciation. Maybe as to why the earlier start time. A Thursday night in Middle Tennessee.
Beautiful weather. Why not start it early? Ball kicked away. Runner gets a second.
Wild pitch. Could not be handled by Nick Alexander. Had a nice job of getting down on it, but a little too much spin right there. Varbencourt fouls another one off. 5'10", 170-pound junior. On deck, Peyton Peterson. Full Count Ministries, full count.
A little high and outside on that last one.
See if he comes fastball again.
That's what I'm betting.
The full count, first pitch, foul ball. Peyton Peterson, left-handed thrower, right-handed batter. Throws a ball, foul ball that was sitting at his feet at the on-deck circle. Throws it in, apparently running out of baseballs. Fisted out to right field. See if it stays up for Jackson White. It will. Murphy has to stay put. There's the first out of the ball game. Justin Martin is the head coach at Hendersonville High School. He is manning the third base coach's box. It's his first full year, is that right? Or is this his second full year at Hendersonville?
I'm not sure. I know he was at Portland, and then he came.
Is that East Robertson before
or Springfield before that?
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, and then he went to Portland, turned their program around, actually upset these Commandos in the district that year, and then came to Hendersonville as an assistant, Hendricks' last year, and now he is has taken over. And this might be his second year. You might be right.
Say, I think he came a couple years ago. Mike Hendricks has now been out. This is Mike's second year of retirement.
Okay.
He looks good, though. Mike Hendricks looks good. Retirement looks good on him.
Yeah.
3 balls, no strikes to Peyton Peterson, 6'3", 195-pound senior. Ford Proctor in the on-deck circle, the number 9 hitter in the batting order. Noah Jenkins trying to get a strike, and he's going to catch one at the knees.
Coach Martin and I hung out at MTSU back in college.
He was a manager for the baseball team, as I understand. Ground ball, that's going to get into the hole.
Play at the plate.
They're going to hold him at third base.
First and third, 1 out.
Runners at the corners, brought to you by, who we got here? Music City Fire and Sprinkler. Ken Brinkley. I don't know Ken Brinkley. Do you know Ken Brinkley?
I don't.
Music City Fire and Sprinkler. They're a sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm
Thank you, Ken.
program. Hope he's back for this year because I'm pulling this off of last year's sponsors. Runners at the corners and Ford Proctor at the plate. Looks at a fastball down. I don't have the name of our home plate umpire, but I have the recognition. He has been an umpire in the Full Count Fall League a couple of years, I believe. Very nice man. That's a fastball. Very hittable pitch right there, and Proctor decides to take that one. 3 hits in a ball game for Hendersonville. They got 4 up there. Did they change it? They changed that error to a hit. Okay, that's what it was.
I think that is a good scoring decision.
Ground ball to short. Casabello going to second, and the relay to first is not in time. RBI, fielder's choice for Proctor.
That was a slow roller, tough play to try to get to there. Good runner down the line. Casabella did all he could, and Nate who was coming off of arm surgery last year, gave it all he could on that turn and just wasn't in time.
Ellie De La Cruz couldn't have turned that one to get an out.
I don't know.
That's a slow roller, baby.
That was very slow.
Back to the top of the order, and Gavin Miller looks at a called strike. He rounded out to Casabello to lead off the ball game. Commandos now lead 2-1. Three looks over to first base and almost a pitch out. Throw down to second base. Ford Proctor is out. We're out number 3.
That was a great throw down there by Nick Alexander.
Proctor
good tag.
Caught stealing.
Just in time.
1 run on 2 hits after the scoring change. No errors and nobody left on base. So let's get to the Full Count Fall League. When did you start coaching in the Full Count Fall League, Travis?
I assistant coached with John Smithson.
Okay.
And it was the year we played at Greer Stadium in Nashville.
That was early.
It was early. We were one of the top 4 teams. Final 4 got to play in Greer Stadium, home of the Nashville Sounds, and that was a great year. We ended up losing in the semifinals.
Did Jaggers win that?
He did.
That
Jaggers
year?
did win that
Brandon
year.
Jaggers, Team Jaggers, Team Jags as they call it.
Jags. And then I've since moved on, had my own team, and coached every year.
Been the head coach then, Team Travis. It is made up of high school players. It's a wood bat league, and this past year, I want to say there was 200 players in the league.
Yeah.
That's the biggest number we've
were at
ever
180,
had.
and then I believe we pulled off of the wait list.
Is that what it was?
I think so. Because we had to extend 2 more coaches. We extended 2 more teams. Looking forward to this year's fall league. It's one of the best things you can do.
And speaking of Team Reese Full Count Fall League, Caleb DeVore steps in to lead off the bottom of the 2nd inning. 3-year Team Reese grounds ball off the pitcher.
Gonna be close. Oh, couldn't get it out.
Varbancourt could not get that one out. I'll just tell you, Caleb DeVore is not the fleetest of foot. Betting he doesn't have a whole lot of infield singles, but gets one there as Justin Martin will check on his right-hander.
Looks like the ball squared him up right in the thigh. He says he's okay. So,
third hit of the ball game for Station Camp in the second inning. They've led off with a hit. Nick Alexander, senior catcher, steps to the plate. He is headed to continue his academic and athletic career at the College of the Ozarks. Found out that's in Missouri. Breaking pitch at the knees for a called strike. Nice pitch by Varbancourt. It's a V-A-R-B-O-N, I think, and then core, somehow or another.
So not the traditional spelling.
No, it's strike on another breaking pitch.
What are you thinking here, Tim? Think he's going to throw it 3 times in a row?
No, I think he's going to go fastball up.
I think the pitchers or the batters thinking the same thing. Oh, bounced away from him. Going to be play at second. Oh.
Good read by DeVore to move down to second base on the wild pitch. Second wild pitch of the game by Varbancourt. That puts DeVore in scoring position with 1 ball, 2 strike count on Nick Alexander with Noah Jenkins standing in the on-deck circle. Swing and a miss on the breaker. That's all he saw.
That's 4 straight breaking balls.
First strikeout of the game for Justin Varbancourt, and now number 9 hitter, the pitcher. We're going old school. We're going National League right here.
Yeah.
The pitcher batting 9th. He's waiting in that box a little bit too long. Asked for time. Not familiar with Station Camp's field. It is an artificial turf infield, natural grass outfield. Looks at a fastball right down Broadway for a called strike. Beach High School and Station Camp, and I believe Gallatin also got artificial surface. It squares the bunt, fouls it over the screen.
Oh, Todd Neal with a nice barehanded catch.
No way.
In the stands.
Todd Neal made it. Look at those full count fellas over here.
It was a nice snag. It's better than anything we've seen on the field so far. Barehanded.
John Smithson, another one of the original 7. There's a ground ball. That's fielded this time by Varbancourt, and he's got DeVore. Oh, he might have waited too long, and he did.
And the runner never stopped running.
DeVore, gets into third base, and Jenkins on the fielder's choice gets all the way down to second base. Varbancourt just waited too long to unload. So not an error. It's just a fielder's choice.
Cayman Graham into pinch run for the pitcher. Noah did a great job out of the box there. Just kept running. Got all the way to second on a ground ball to the pitcher. That's good effort. Good hustle.
Mentioned Cayman Graham, junior outfielder. Cayman with a K. Graham with a G.
Resident clown in the dugout. Keeps everybody laughing and on their toes.
Everybody's got to have one. Every team's got to have one. Back to the top of the lineup, Carter Casabella doubled and scored in the first. Look at ball 1 there from Varbancourt, who's in a bit of a jam with 1 out and runners second and third. Strike on the inside corner.
Carter's shirt was untucked. That would have been hit by a pitch.
If he had gone to the Ron Hunt school of dressing for a baseball game, Ron Hunt, try that inside move again back to second base. You're too young to know who Ron Hunt was, but when I was growing up, Ron Hunt was about 5'4", and he led the major leagues in getting hit by a pitch every year. I think he ended up with over 200 hit by pitches in his career. Breaking pitch driven out to right field. It sends Lake Morris back. Runner's going to tag. Throw goes into second base, almost cut off. And would have been a double play on the tag at second base, but good job by Graham getting back. But this game's tied on a sac fly by Carter Casabella. Lake Morris out there in right field. Pretty good arm.
Yeah, I would say that it was a smart decision by Graham not to tag on that arm.
So Caleb DeVore that led off the inning with an infield single ends up coming home to score. Nate Parsons walked into first, was stranded at second. Steps to the plate. Son of Jeff and Becky. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say Nathan Davenport's wife is Becky Jane, right?
That's correct. Yes,
Okay.
you're 2 for 2.
I thought, oh, wait a minute, am I? I'm going off the cuff here. I don't have anything written down. Throw back to second. We're screened here on our view. Hopefully you're able to see what's going on there. Safe at second. Corey Heppert, the head coach for Station Camp, is manning the third base coach's box. Jeff Parsons, the coach down at first base. Swing and a miss on a breaking pitch.
It's got to do something too. The batter, multiple pickoffs, and you're standing in the box.
Trying to focus on the pitch coming, and then you're wondering if the next one's going to be a pickoff attempt or a pitch. And that one's going to clip him.
He did not want to admit to that, but it did. It got him right on the jersey.
I think he's pretty happy it hit his shirt and not his ribs. Because Varbancourt stepped on that one a little bit. That might have been his fastest pitch of the game. So Nate Parsons has been to the plate twice, and officially he has not.
0 at-bats.
Yeah, he's 0 for 0, but 2 for 2 on base percentages. Right. Noah Rice, who had an RBI single in the first steps to the plate with a chance to do it again with runners at first and second. He swings at the first pitch again, rolls over one to Peterson at first base for out number 3. Station Camp matches the pattern that is on the scoreboard here. They had 1 run on 1 hit. No errors, 2 runners left on base. We'll take another commercial break. These are all sponsors of Full Count Rhythm Baseball. If you would like to become a sponsor, go to fullcountrhythm.com or Full Count Ministries and let folks know, or you can contact somebody you know probably is knowledgeable about Full Count Ministries. So we'll be right back.
I've been nursing 36 years, and I love my job.
We believe in caring for everyone. And that's what makes our work a purpose.
What I love here at Ascension is the sense of community and being.
I look out for them, they look out for me, and we look out for our patients.
I have too many blessings to count. I think that's what happens when you find your calling.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Move to the top of the 3rd inning. Gavin Miller, who was at the plate when Ford Proctor was thrown out trying to steal at second base, stands in. He's now at a 2-ball, no strike count.
Do you remember what his count was last time?
Was it on the first pitch that
I don't remember.
Proctor
I was
went?
hoping you would.
I don't. A line drive back up the middle. Casabella with the 360 spin.
Oh, wow, what a play.
Nice throw and a nice stretch there by Tucker Smith. on the slowly hit line drive that looked like it was a changeup back to Noah Jenkins. I think he thought he caught it, but he didn't. So 6-3, Gavin Miller down for the second time on a ground out to the shortstop.
Fans of Station Camp will be used to that. Tucker stretches out consistently for great plays like that.
Houston Bogle, strikeout victim in the first, looks at ball one. Does a lot of yoga, does he?
He does. Very limber. Good pick. Picks the ball pretty well at first and stretches pretty well. That was a great play.
2-0 pitch at the knees for a called strike. Miller, Bogle, and Baker due up for Hendersonville. Press box here at Station Camp is just a little off. Not a little off, it's a lot off from behind home plate. Justin Martin lets that one go. Down at third base, but
good decision. That ball was scorched.
Just don't have good angle for putting a camera up at the press box. So we are sitting right behind home plate where we have a full count Ministries. Full count to Commando left fielder. Drives one out to left center field. Diving play.
What a play. Maddox.
Looks like he came up with it. Maddox Schlagenhoft or Schlagenhaft.
He got a pretty good jump and just sprinted full speed and laid out right at the last second to make that catch.
I thought that was going to be the center fielder's ball right there, but we got two highlight plays here to begin the third inning.
Tell you what, Tim, probably might want to be careful pitching to this kid.
A triple, 2-out triple. Swings to the first pitch, fouls it off.
Maybe stay on the corners here.
Make him chase a breaking pitch, what it looks like Noah Jenkins is thinking. Baker, senior center fielder, looks at a breaking pitch, apparently a little bit up.
Might have been a little in the outside corner, too.
He drove in the right one into the right center field gap in the first and wound up at third base. Driven in by Cade Pomeroy, who's on deck with an infield single. Drives one out to the right side again. Back goes Jackson White. Looks like he's under it. He will make the catch for a 1-2-3 inning for Noah Jenkins. The first one of those we've had in the ball game for either team. So we'll have a little more conversation here about Full Count Ministries. We are a special broadcast today for Tennessee High School baseball, but this is the Full Count Broadcast Network that broadcasts Full Count Rhythm, a summer collegiate baseball team here in Middle Tennessee, Sumner County area. And Full Count Ministries, the umbrella organization over. So the Full Count Fall League is made up of high school players here in the area. I can't remember now the count of how many high schools are represented, but each also a part of that Full Count Fall League are Full Count discipleship groups. And Trevor, Travis, you've been part of that. Tell us a little bit about your experience with a D group.
I do think this is probably the best arm of the ministry, and it is discipleship through D groups in various high schools around here. The Fall League is a great time to get kids to play baseball, but where the meat is at is having these men, young men, meet on a weekly basis at their high schools and just share life together, talk through Scripture, and come together as a group. I've led a Beach D group and also had HCA's, Hendersonville Christian Academy's D group for several years when they had a baseball program, and it was a very enriching time for meeting together as a group, baseball players, and studying the Word.
Got a lot of relationships with people through those types of experiences, through discipleship, and
absolutely,
there are kids that are out of college and in the workforce now that I used to meet with.
Yep, I've got one that still works for me at Edge Appraisal Services.
Okay.
Former D group at HCA. Justin Bader.
Okay. Tucker Smith, Sam Mullins, Maddox Schlagenhaft. Due up to face Justin Varbancourt. Swing and a miss by Smith on that's a big breaking pitch right there.
A lot of bend to it. Ended up in the dirt. Tucker just swung over top.
Smith flew out to center field in the first. And Varbancourt gets him on a 5 fastball.
Tucker won't miss many of those high fastballs. I bet he wishes he had that swing back. Great pitch, though.
It was a ball.
It was. He climbed the ladder and
He did.
threw it hard. One of the hardest pitches to hit, Tim. High fastball.
It is hard to get on top of that. Sam Mullins flew out to left field in the first. Dances away from that fastball at the shoe tops. Softball field is behind the first base dugout here, behind the press box. So it's I guess that's a double use press box, right? There's a window surely on the other side of that. That
yes.
is used. So public address announcer faces the baseball field up here. Concession stand underneath. Football field directly behind us. There's a shot down the third base line. That gets underneath the glove of Ford Proctor.
Oh, Sam falls.
Sam Mullins.
I think he was thinking too, Tim, out of the box.
He was thinking too, but a sniper had other ideas. As he trips over the carpeting just past first base, so he'll be happy with a single. So a 1-out knock for Sam Mullins brings up Maddox Schlagenhaft. He also flew out to center field. That ended the first inning. Gonna pop this one up to the right side. And Mason Baker's gonna come in and holler everybody off.
That time they did not fail the progression read there.
I thought that was gonna be in the infield, and next thing I know, I'm hearing Mason Baker coming in from center field. So now each team with 4 hits. Caleb DeVore, who has infield single and a run scored, steps to the plate. Runner starts to go, throw down to first base. And Mullins is back. Good throw by Jacob Murphy.
With as many breaking balls as they've been throwing, I like the start-stop from Sam there. Maybe get the catcher thinking throwing you out, and breaking ball in the dirt goes by you. It's not a bad little move.
High fastball swung on and popped up into shallow left center field. And guess who?
Mason Baker.
Mason Baker. He's all over the field, isn't he?
He's doing a good job throwing the breaking balls low, changing eye level, high fastball. Station Camp seems to want to swing at all those high fastballs.
Well, I haven't seen too many of them hitting the breaking pitch yet. He's keeping that away. He's not hanging it.
Nope, he's either burying it or keeping it away from him.
We are through 3 innings. We're scheduled for 7, and the pattern that is laid out by Hendersonville is being repeated by Station Camp. 1 run for each team in the first, 1 run for each team in the second, no runs for each team in the third as we roll on to the top of the 4th inning. So I do want to tell you that if you have youngsters between the ages of 5 and 12 this summer, there is a 4-day baseball camp at Drakes Creek Park in Hendersonville that'll be put on by the Full Count Rhythm baseball players from 9 a.m. till noon. You can go on the Full Count Rhythm website and register your child. A second child gets a bit of a discount. So if you've got more than one baseball player in the league or for camp, ages 5 to 12, there'll be snacks provided, T-shirt at the end of the camp, and then on Thursday night, they'll be invited to get on the field with the Full Count Rhythm on a home game. So go to fullcountrhythm.com and sign up your baseball player.
It's a great time. My son did it till he aged out.
Cade Pomeroy's been up there for the
pencil bats back. Do you see many of that at college at Ball State?
None.
None?
There's none of those.
They're hard bat to come by. Saw TCU or somebody had one, but
they had the first one I ever saw was up at the that major league game that they had at Williamsport. That flew out the right field. That's well hit, and it will get down as Jackson White could not come up with it. Cade Pomeroy is legging toward third base. Throw by Tucker Smith is not in time. That'll be a leadoff triple for Cade Pomeroy. He's 2 for 2.
Cade did a great job running out of the box there. Took the fastball outside down the right field line. Jay White was full sprint, just could not come up with it, and Cade just kept on trucking all the way into third.
Out there, that is the Framework Athletics sign out there in right field, isn't it?
It is, yes, sir.
It's very similar to the one that Vol State has on their wall.
Framework Athletics.
That ball's driven to deep left field.
That'll
Back
get the run
goes
in.
Schlagenhaft, and he's going to make the catch. And if Pomeroy can keep his feet, he about bit it. There must be a sniper out there. Commandos having trouble running on this turf here as Lake Morris comes up with the sac fly to give Hendersonville the 3-2 lead.
Did a job there, less than 2 outs, runner on third. Looked for something to elevate, and he did.
Jacob Murphy stands in. He swings at the first pitch and fouls it off. AAA Autoglass foul ball. See on the lower right-hand corner of your screen some of the donors for Full Count Rhythm. I think that's $1,000 and up that you get a logo on the broadcast.
Sounds like a great deal to me.
Fastball is up to Murphy, who singled a pop-up on the other side of first baseman Tucker Smith that just went off the glove of Nate Parsons. Fastball gets in there for a called strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes. He got 3-1 up on the scoreboard, but I thought he fouled a pitch off. And it is now a Full Count Ministries full count.
Everybody was confused but you and the umpire. He liked the high fastballs.
Swung at ball 4 there, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
On deck hitter is Justin Varbencourt. Tapper, that will just go foul. We'll have another Full Count Ministries full count pitch to Jacob with a K, Murphy.
Non-traditional spelling.
Yeah, that's the Swedish version. He's got a little Swede and Irish in him. That'll be popped up in the infield. Playable for Tucker Smith. He comes over with the big mitt and makes the catch for out number 2. Varbencourt, the pitcher, will stand in. He flew out to right field in the 2nd inning.
Breaking pitch low there. 1-0.
Check swing by Varbencourt. doesn't work if you tell the umpire I didn't mean to. Another pitch down.
I bet there's a pitch coming that's going to be up. Down, up, down, up. And that one left over the heart of the plate.
Left field line. Schlagenhaft is almost overrunning that. Makes the catch.
And then
you can't see it, but
throws an absolute dart to the pitcher's mound.
For whatever reason. Oh, 1 run on 1 hit. No errors, and nobody left on base.
Tim, I'm going out on a limb here and say we're going to go 1 run on 1 hit, no errors in the bottom half of this inning. Just the way it's been.
That's what you're going to.
The way it's played out.
You think this is whatever you can do, I can do as well? Not I can do better. I can just do it.
Tie it. Yep. That's the way it's played out for first 3 innings.
All right. So full count fall league we've talked about, the
kids camp.
Kids camp, host homes. My wife and I are going to try a host home for the first time this year. After,
Lord bless you.
We are an empty nest, but my mother-in-law, who was living with us for 8 years, has now moved to a retirement facility, and so we have the ability, and we're actually setting up for 2 players, and my son also, his young family, is going to take on a player. He already knows his player.
Why don't you tell us real quick what a host home is and the fact that Full Count's still looking for him?
A host home is a player who does not live in the area, needs a place to lay his head, and we don't put kids in hotels. We put them in homes with people who will love on them and take care of them and give them a safe place to stay during the summer. And
these are college baseball players, right, Tim?
All college baseball players, and they will. I'll see them every game since I'm there. My wife will see them when they're at home, and she'll come to some baseball games, I'm sure, probably even more now. But so these are kids from all over. My son has a young man, I think he's from Chattanooga.
Okay.
And so we've seen several families who've taken on players, multiple players, year after year. And Todd Neal's got 2 more again this year. He's got Carson Howard coming back for year number 3. So Nick Alexander swings over. Fastball there. Count goes 1 ball, 1 strike. 8, 9, and 1 due up here for station camp. Ground ball up the middle. That will sneak through for a base hit. And he hit one up about his eyes there.
Yeah, right back up the box. No play for pitcher.
Armin Coors had some balls coming back to him.
Ray Martinez into run for Nick, the catcher. Junior infielder.
The old courtesy pinch runner. Now a Jenkins pitcher. Let's see if he's going to square the bunt. Throw over. That's the last thing you want as a pinch runner is to be picked off. Been sitting over there on the bench waiting. As soon as you do, you go back with your head in shame.
It's out of play.
Popped up. As long as it's out of play and it won't hit me, Travis. I don't make this play right here as well as I used to. Plenty of years behind the plate with the equipment on, but that's been a lot of years ago.
You wish they had pitch comm back then, Tim?
No, we called our own game.
You like that, didn't
we
you?
We didn't have a coach calling the game. We called our own game. Throw over, not in time. Ray Breaking pitch misses up. Head man at Vol State, who helps me with broadcasts over there, A.J. Fawson texting, wanting to know if we got games. That will get by Jacob Murphy, and down to second base goes Ray Martinez. He read the dirt ball or the turf ball well. Another wild pitch charged to Justin Varbancourt in his fourth inning of work. On deck, leadoff batter Carter Casabella. Late swing there, fouled off. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. So is that a new scoreboard out there in left center field?
It is, yes. Had it for
looks good.
2 years, yeah.
It looks good. Got pitch count out there.
It does, yeah.
Digital scoreboard. Edge appraisals with the big donation right there to get that.
No, I did not donate for that. That was Dugout Club probably raised the money there. Many of our sponsors are on the outfield, so you can see them.
Full Count Ministries, Full Count. To Noah Jenkins. Nobody out. Long look at second. Popped up foul territory. Not sure if Houston Bogle will get there. That ball came back into field of play. I thought that was going to be farther toward the fence, but
kind of held up there and plenty of room, plenty of time for the Bogle to get that camp out underneath it. No tag, so we are stuck at second base.
Casabella been productive in his first 2 plate appearances. A double and a run scored in the first. Sacrifice fly drove in the run in the second, so it's been very involved in the 2 runs that Station Camp has. Popped up. That will get back behind home plate. See if we can fix that camera here at some point in time. Not sure what it's focusing on, but whatever it is, it's pretty.
It's not.
It's not good. Fisted into right field. That'll get down. Throw into the cutoff man. We'll have runners at the corners yet again.
Coach Shepard doesn't look happy. Can't imagine what he's upset about. There was a shallow base hit and a cannon Lake Morris in right field.
Playing fairly shallow there too, wasn't he? So Casabella's 2 for 2. Runners at the corners, brought to you by, we'll go with the Tabor Dental and Kid City Smiles.
Ah, good.
You know those folks, don't you?
Love them. Best dentist in town. Good friend of mine and Courtney's. Sweet, sweet family. Does good work.
Jason Tabor and
Mary Beth.
Mary Beth. There we go. I know him. I don't know his wife.
She has her own.
Yeah. She handles kids, right?
Yeah, Kid City Smiles.
Swing and a miss by Nate Parsons. Walked and been gently kissed by a pitch.
I think he's chomping at the bit to hit something.
Yeah, and I don't think it's a breaking pitch that he wants to hit. I think he wants to see a fastball. And delayed steal, no throw, as Casabella will head on down to second base. Not sure if that was a delayed steal or he went in the ball in the dirt, but
I think it was a ball in the dirt, delayed steal, see if they can get a throw, coax a throw out of the catcher.
I'm going to put a stolen base on my book.
I would agree.
Ball and a strike. Parsons ground to short. Casabella's going to go back to second. Throw goes across the diamond and an RBI ground out. Ties this ball game up. Now 2 outs.
Number 22, Noah Rice.
Center fielder Noah Rice steps to the plate. He's 1 for 2. He's got a chance to get Station Camp, give them the lead Run around at second base. Barbancourt's pitch is up and away.
Last time he swung at a first pitch breaking ball and grounded it, rolled it over to first base. That time he let the first pitch breaking ball go.
He's learned. Outside
Generous.
corner.
Second pitch breaking ball. What are you coming with here, Tim?
1-1. I'm probably going to go fastball. Hey, he went changeup.
Changeup in the dirt.
Rice had a base hit into right field and grounded out to the first baseman. Casabella, who's heading to Tennessee Tech as a pitcher, trying to distract the Hendersonville pitcher with a big lead off at second base. See if he can get Barbancourt to throw a pitch. Instead, a ground ball to second base. Colin Smith with the strike over to Peyton Peterson for out number 3. What did you say was going to happen?
Well, we tied it and everything but the hits, Tim.
You're a prophet. There was
Pattern.
1 run on 2 hits. Now 6 for the ball game for Station Camp. And no errors, 1 runner left on base. We're all tied up through 4. We'll take a quick break and be right back on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
This is home. So is this. And this. But home isn't just the stunning views or the rugged beauty. It's what you make of it. It's a place for joy and peace. A safe haven where memories are made. It's all of these things. Home is a feeling, and it's created by the people around you. This region is home, and we're so proud to be a part of it.
Peyton Peterson to lead off for the Commandos. Change up in the dirt. We got a little bit better on that camera right there. 2 balls, no strikes to the Commando first baseman. He singled in the second inning. Swing and a miss. Eight, 9, and 1 due up for Hendersonville. Looks one right down the can. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ford Proctor on deck. Well, a Full Count Ministries full count as that pitch misses outside. 3 runs, 5 hits, and no errors for Hendersonville. 3, 6, and 0 for Station Camp as that pitch is swung on and missed. Second strikeout of the ball game for Noah Jenkins. Brings up Ford Proctor. And an RBI fielder's choice ground ball in the second inning. Looks at a breaking pitch up. Square around the bunt, lay one down
nice
third
bunt.
base line.
Tough play by the pitcher. Oh, and he did it.
Nice play all the way around. Jenkins come off the mound quickly and threw a strike to Tucker Smith to get Ford Proctor, who thought he had him a bunt single.
That was a beautiful bunt right down the line. Ran. It was just great play. Defense made a good play.
Hang a star on that one, as they say. for Noah Jenkins is back to the top of the lineup. Gavin Miller, the shortstop for Hendersonville, is grounded out to his counterpart twice, Carter Casabella. Just a sophomore, 5'9", 140 pounds, playing varsity high school baseball. In fact, the first two batters in Hendersonville's lineup are sophomores. Strike called at the upper part of the letters. Station Camp does not have a sophomore playing. Ground ball, he's going to try a second baseman this time. Nate Parsons. And there's a 1-2-3 inning for Noah Jenkins. Strikeout, bunt out, and a ground out.
Tucker makes it look easy over there at first base.
Not an especially tall kid. You normally see the taller kids. I see the Peyton Peterson, Hendersonville's first baseman, 6'3". Pretty sure I don't have the heights on any of the Station Camp guys, but Tucker Smith is not 6'3".
No, but I always say when you put an athlete at first base, you can play him anywhere. That's what happens when you put a shortstop at first base. He makes picks like that.
Well, he's going to Belmont. Where does he project at Belmont?
It's a great question. I know they love his bat. I'm assuming he can. He's a well-versed kid. Played on Team Travis Fall League. He played everywhere for me. He caught, he pitched, played shortstop, played third base, played second base. He did not play first base.
No.
Then he comes over here, and they want his bat in the lineup, and they had a spot at first base. And I think he really likes third and second, but he has turned into a fantastic first baseman. Best one I've seen in our district this year.
Well, Brody Heaton is the starting first baseman for Belmont Bruins right now, and he's an excellent defender, but I believe he is a senior.
Okay.
And Landon Godsey, who was a first baseman in sophomore year at Volunteer State, went over to Belmont, and he's the starting catcher, and he moved their starting catcher out of there. Blake Barton, who was a starting catcher the 2 years prior to that, is now a starting outfielder.
They had did the old shift of moving pieces, huh?
Yes, they are. Tucker Smith going to lead off here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Swings at a breaking pitch. Must have gone up there looking for that breaking pitch.
He kind of hung that one.
Yep. Smith looking for his first hit of the ball game. Fly out and a strikeout. And Justin Varbancourt out for his fifth inning of work. Got Smith to foul off the first two pitches.
In a bit of a pitching duel.
It is.
3-3 high school. Both pitchers look pretty good. Minimized their runs.
Another foul ball straight back.
Another breaking pitch. Left over the heart of the plate a little bit.
Tucker Smith, Sam Mullins, and Maddox Schlegenhaft due up for the Bison. Ground ball to third. Ford Proctor is going to bobble that one, and Tucker Smith's going to reach base on the error.
We'll call this Team Travis inning, as first, second, and third all were Team Travis Fall League kids.
Smith, Mullins, and Schlegenhaft?
Yes, sir. Sam's dad, Craig, helps me coach in the Fall League.
Throw over, not in time.
It's funny to see the contrasting styles. Hendersonville will throw over at every base we've seen except third, and Station Camp rarely throws. Of course, that could be because two of their hits were triples.
You don't pick too much to third base.
Not especially.
Mullins flew out in the first, singled in the third. Swing and a miss. Pretty much the exact same pitch he saw in first offering from Varbancourt.
Two breaking balls. What do you see here, Tim?
I always go fist up. We go fastball up. He goes with another breaking pitch.
In the dirt. Tucker's going to advance.
Runner now in scoring position. without the 8 of a hit.
Well, Tim, that's 3 breaking balls. What do you say here?
I think I'd switch it up. He's thrown a changeup today, hasn't he?
He has.
Didn't throw it there, though.
Think he comes with another breaking ball in the dirt here, change the eye level, or that changeup maybe?
You're ahead in the count. I'd change the eye level. Everything's been outside so far. Maybe come up and in. Went with a breaking pitch again. I'm not sure if he's got he might have a couple different ones. Seems like one of them gets in there a little bit quicker than the other. So maybe one's a slider and one's an actual true curveball. But 2 balls and 2 strikes. The station camp DH swing and a miss on a slower breaking pitch there.
Yeah, that looked like the curveball there. Good pitch. Got Sam to swing under it.
3rd strikeout of the ball game for Varbencourt. And Maddox Schlagenhaft. The left fielders flew out twice to Mason Baker in center field. Heading to the University of Tennessee in Knoxville. Pops one up out to right center field. Blake Morris will make the catch. Throw into the infield, a little bit exciting as it gets away from the shortstop, but 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. And Caleb DeVore, also a senior, headed to the University of Tennessee in Knoxville. Steps in.
I think they're rooming together, him and Schlage. Got a chance to get out of this inning, worked around that error. May not hurt him if he can get Caleb here.
DeVore sees a breaking pitch and takes a hack at it, fouls it out of play.
That one looked like the faster version of the breaking pitch. Could have been the slider there.
Maybe so. DeVore played on the school golf team as well. Grounded into the hole. It's going to be a tough play for Matt Miller. Throw on to first base, and Caleb DeVore is going to have 2 infield singles in the ball game.
Nice play by the first baseman to come off on that wild throw and just scoop it there.
DeVore is now 2 for 3. Runners at the corners, brought to you by, what are we going to pull off of here this time? Hudson Pillar Insurance. Easy for me to say. Tanner Sandell is the contact over there. We know Tanner well.
Tanner in my Thursday morning discipleship group.
Up there at CrossFit Hendersonville?
Yes, sir. Saw your son there this morning.
He's a good boy.
Raised well.
Yes, his mother is a fine parent. Susan Reese, mother of 3 children, Wilson Reese, Cassidy now Snapka, and Delaney Reese.
I won't divulge too much, but he does have some daddy issues.
I'm sure he does. I'm sure he does. Nice stop there by Jacob Murphy. Keep runners at their respective positions.
Surprised they didn't do the delayed steal again on the ball in the dirt.
Yeah, strike called there. Catches the knees on the outside corner. Nick Alexander down the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Struck out in the second and singled, and he didn't score, but his courtesy runner scored. Ray Martinez in the 4th.
Coach Eppard giving signs frantically over there. May have missed one. There we go. We've got the fake step off. Trying to buy a run here from Station Camp.
They got a runner heading to the home, and now we got Smith in a pickle. Third baseman will come in and tag. That's Ford Proctor who makes the tag, ultimately on Tucker Smith, who gets caught stealing as it goes in the books. So that play did not work.
Coach can't be happy about that one.
So caught stealing, a lot of people to number 5 in your scorebook.
I'm going to need
if you're scoring at home.
I'm going to need the official scoring on that one.
We might need to go. We went 1 to 5. I think it was right. I don't think it went anywhere else, did it? Well, go from the pitcher to the third baseman.
Because he never initially threw at second, correct?
He never threw it to second base.
You're right.
So,
but then it went back to the catcher.
No, Ford Proctor, third baseman. Maybe he did. I don't know. I don't care. This is we've already talked about this way too much. We're just talking ball, but we're not talking scorekeeping.
Yeah.
I'm a scorekeeping nerd. No runs scored in that inning, just like in the top of the 5th. So we have a perfect scoreboard, at least as it talks about runs. We got 11,010 to 11,010.
It's like binary numbers
score,
up there.
Yeah, it's 1-0. We're either on or off, on or off. No runs in that inning. 1 hit. There was 1 error. And 1 runner left on base. Nick Alexander was left at the plate.
Remember what his count was, Tim?
I don't care. I'm ignorant and apathetic about that. I don't know, and I don't care.
There's a lot of black ink over there.
That's right. It's the primary color that I'm drawing with here. So, special Tennessee high school baseball broadcast on a Full Count broadcast network. We'll broadcast Full Count rhythm baseball games. We will have video on the – I don't really know exactly how it's going to work yet, but it's going to be on Prospect League TV for Full Count Rhythm. So there will be a paywall. You'll have to pay to watch home games this year at Full Count Rhythm. I will have an audio-only broadcast on road games.
Okay.
And that will be on these networks, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Get that one, Trev. That's yours. 2, 3, and 4 for Hendersonville will come to the plate. Houston Bogle's 0 for 2. So those broadcasts we can't on the road. We can't do because of contractual reasons. We cannot broadcast any video of the game. The home team will be broadcasting video. Bogle fouls that pitch off.
But we can listen to your sweet, sultry
You can watch the road broadcast, and you can listen to me.
Okay. Kind of like I do with Mike Keith on the Titans.
There you go. Watch him on TV and listen to Mike and Coach
Mack.
McGinnis. Is that what's his name?
Coach Mack.
Yeah. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bogle, foul tipped into the mitt. Down goes Bogle. Second time he's gone down on strikes. 3rd strikeout of the ball game by Noah Jenkins. It's in his 6th inning of work. 86 pitches in, according to the scoreboard out in left center field.
I think it's accurate.
Probably. Mason Baker has to move the melon out of the way of that off-speed pitch. Headed to the Naval Academy to play football. His brother, I think, is playing football. Is he playing football at Tech? Do you know?
I do not know.
Fastball on the outside corner. And what was his brother's name?
Mr. Baker?
No, that's his dad. Another one up around his neck. 3 balls and a strike. Yeah. Baker's 1 for 2, tripled and scored in the first, flew out to right, and he's going to look at a Full Count Ministries full count as that one catches the outside corner. 6 foot, 190 pounds senior. Now he can take his base.
Had the feeling they were being very careful.
A lot of home runs hit here. Have you seen? because the ball doesn't seem to be traveling well tonight.
Carter Casabella hit one that was pretty far, and then Tucker Smith followed it up and hit one out too the other night, and both of them were moonshots. So, but it is 375 to center field. It's deep in the alleys too. 325.
325
down the line, yeah. Kay Pomeroy with a triple as well on the day.
So a called strike at the letters. He's 2 for 2. An infield single in the first. Trip on a fly ball to right field, just out of the reach of Jackson White. Throw over to first. That is in the dirt, dug out of there with the backhand by Tucker Smith.
Little Chuck Knobloch action. Baby it over there.
He pulled the string on that one over there, the first, didn't he?
Tucker, former catcher for me in the fall league, so he's used to digging it out.
Another one up around the chin. This is when you start looking in the bullpen to see if there's any action, and I see some folks scurrying around.
As you said that.
In the station camp dugout. Couple looks to first. Time called by Pomeroy. Junior for the Pomeroy family. He's the middle child. Jackson is the oldest. So he chose to go over to Liberty Creek High School. He's a football player over there, senior at Liberty Creek, so he'll be graduating. Cade, and then their daughter is Caroline, right?
Yep. She is my son's age.
Base hit for Pomeroy. He has a 3 for 3 day. Out ahead of that one, but able to stay on it well enough to drive it into left field. Put runners at first and second with one out. That will draw a trip to the mound by head coach Corey Heppard.
Can't imagine he's not going to make a switch here. 96 pitches.
Well, I don't know if he's had somebody warmed up in the
that's
bullpen
true.
long enough either, has he?
This may be the stall tactic to try to get somebody hot.
Full Count Rhythm baseball team is run by Josh Carmen. He's a general manager and the head coach. He's not the head coach in year number 1. His uncle, Kenny Thomas, KT, former head coach at the University of South Carolina at Aiken, retired and then came to Hendersonville for the first year, was the first coach, and then Miss Judy, KT's wife, was battling cancer and he could not come back up. Josh Carmen took the reins and won 2 championships. Hello to Josh and Brooke Carmen and all the Carmen family. As Lake Morris steps in and looks at a ball. Morris, a couple fly outs, but one was productive, a sacrifice fly to left field. Drove in Pomeroy, who tripled in that 4th inning. Swings it from the left side. Looks at ball 2. Inning started off with a Full Count Ministries strikeout to Houston Bogle. At least it was a strikeout on a Full Count Ministries count.
Yes, it was 3-2.
Mason Baker with a pretty large lead out there at second base.
A little dancing and showmanship.
Lake Morris, left-handed pitcher, heading to Belmont as well. I think last year he was the pitcher of the year in the district.
I think you're right. He is excellent at what he does best, which is throw the baseball. 60 feet, 6 inches.
3-0 count. He's going to square to bunt, and he's going to take a strike on the outside corner. That's a get-me-over fastball by Noah Jenkins, who just hit the century mark in pitches. I would assume that Lake Morris is his last batter. And the bases are now loaded. 2 walks in the inning. He didn't walk a batter until Mason Baker came to the plate.
Looks like Station Camp's going to make the switch here.
And We will have a call to the bullpen brought to you by Jaggers Construction. Brandon Jaggers, another one of the original 7. See Jaggers Construction show up on the scrolling logos. So we'll take a break, tell you about the new pitcher. We return on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
At Jersey Mike's, they slice your order fresh right in front of you. And let me tell you, watching that can send a rush of emotions through a person. Excitement, impatience, baby-like wonder, indecisive, anticipatory chewing, nervous pacing, happy claps, and finally, jealousy, because that's this guy's sub. I should order one. Good idea.
Sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Here at Pizza Ranch, our research tells us kids love our buffet. All right, kids, to recap, your favorite things about eating at Pizza Ranch: pizza, chicken leg. Wait, who said pudding plate? Joey, what's a pudding plate?
It's a plate full of pudding.
Carl, put it on the board. Kids love Pizza Ranch, and parents love that kids eat free on Tuesday nights.
Pizza Ranch, everyone's favorite buffet.
I think this kid is onto something.
Call to the bullpen for the Station Camp Bison, Jaggers Construction. Call to the bullpen. Sam Mullins coming out of the DH role is now the new pitcher for Noah Jenkins. Jenkins goes 5 1/3 innings, gives up 6 hits, 3 runs so far. Walked 2, struck out 3 batters. Sam Mullins, a former Team Trevis player in the Full Count Fall League, stands in. Did he throw for you?
He did. He did everything for me. He caught some, threw for me, played shortstop, played center field. You know how Fall League is. Wherever,
yeah, I do.
Wherever you can find a spot for him.
You need those guys that can play everywhere.
Put athletes in any position, Tim. They can typically play all 9.
I'm going to brag on a couple of my guys. They're now being paid to play some baseball. The Rucker boys, Jake Rucker and Carson Rucker. Jake Rucker, 7th round draft pick by the Minnesota Twins in the 7th round of 2021. And Carson Rucker, a 4th round draft pick last year by the Detroit Tigers. Jake is playing for the Wichita Wind Surge in the Twins organization, as Mullins gets the first pitch in there to Jacob Murphy for a called strike. He's looking for a do-dat double play. That's what he's looking for. Brought to you by Do-Dat Communications, Craig Senard. And sliced to the right side, now to play. He'll either take a do-dat double play or he'll take a
strikeout.
Corson Fire and Security strikeout. Corson with a K. Grant Edwards. Looking for somebody to step up to be that sponsor. That's sliced. Nice play by Tucker Smith. Tries to go to second. He will get the first out, but the hard-to-get 3-6-3 double play does not come to fruition. They do get the runner at second. Another run scores.
Great play by Tucker there. Again, that's why you put athletes all over the field. Laid out for it, grabbed it, went and got the lead runner at second, and did a great job of just eating that ball in his chest on the throwback. It was obviously going to be safe, and he didn't want the ball to get by and another run to score.
A fantastic dive and a stop. Got that in his glove, didn't even knock it down. He actually came up with it cleanly on the dive. Now Justin Varbancourt steps in. Couple of fly outs, he's 0 for 2.
Murphy did a job there and drove a run in.
He hit it hard, too. If that gets by Smith, that's extra bases, and maybe everybody scores.
Yeah, that's scoring at least 2, maybe 3.
So we'll hang a star on that play by Tucker Smith. Ground ball to second base. Parsons flips to Casabella for the 3rd out. And a great job by Sam Mullins to come in and get a couple ground balls. But one run does come in right now. That's the important run. Puts Hendersonville up 4-3. We're scheduled for 7 innings here. See head coach Justin Martin talking to the home plate umpire, looking for
might be making
changes.
Some changes there.
Yeah. So we'll have to see what kind of changes we have here. Might have a new pitcher. Looks like Cade Pomeroy's coming out onto the field. So a young man with 3 hits in the ball game is going to get onto the field. We'll find out where he goes. Station camp will send 8, 9, and 1 to the plate. I assume that Jenkins, does he just revert and become the DH then? Is that how that works?
I think that's what he did. I did not take a look in right field to see if Jenkins and White had swapped. Jenkins is the everyday right fielder typically, but I'm not sure what Coach Hepper did there, if he swapped the DHs with the pitcher or if he did something else, but we can find out next half inning.
Okay. So this is Pomeroy on the mound. Coming in to see if he can get a 2-inning save, I would assume. Varbancourt goes 5 innings.
Yeah, I think he did put Jenkins in right field there and moved White. I guess he just burned the DH. Any other changes for Hendersonville, Tim?
I have to get my binos out here.
I don't think
this late.
Numbers are hard to see on these olive green jerseys with the black numbers outlined in yellow.
Now on the mound for the Commandos, number 2, Cade Pomeroy.
8, 9, and 1. Coming up for your Bison.
Okay, so Varbancourt is going to go to third base.
Murphy wasn't.
Murphy's still catching.
Okay.
Nick Alexander.
Spotting anything else? Everything else looking.
Ford Proctor goes to second base.
That's good eyes, Tim.
It's binoculars, baby. Those Bushnells. Nick Alexander steps out. I would assume the outfield is still intact, but looks like we got an issue with the chest protector of Jacob Murphy. So I'm going to guess that Colin Smith has come out.
Yeah.
And
dadgum PitchCom, Tim. They didn't have these back in the
is that
day.
what the problem is? Okay. All right, so Cade Pomeroy is your new pitcher, and he's warming up with the former pitcher, who's the third baseman, Justin Varbancourt. Ford Proctor goes from third to second. Kevin Miller still at short, and Peyton Peterson still at first. I'm assuming still Houston Bogle on left, Mason Baker in center, and Lake Morris in right. Jacob Murphy behind the plate. Now we are set for baseball. Pomeroy delivers the first pitch, fastball high and inside. Alexander will strike out in a single and a run scored. Flies one out to right field. Lake Morris is over. Moves a little bit farther toward the line and makes the catch for out number 1. And Noah Jenkins. You say you think he went to right field?
Correct.
Okay, former pitcher Noah Jenkins steps in. He's 0 for 2. Change up there inside. On deck, Carter Casabell, the leadoff batter. That is smoked down the third base line. That'll get into left field for a base hit. A 1-out knock for Noah Jenkins.
Well, Tim, we need to hold true here. The Bison need a run here to keep our pattern up.
Well, Jenkins, I know, wants a run because he's on the hook for the loss.
He is the pitcher of record.
He's the pitcher of record. And leadoff batter Carter Casabello's 2 for 2 steps in.
I don't think they can get on the same page with their pitch
The pitch
selection.
com.
Yeah.
Justin Martin, head coach, will come out and have a team meeting.
We may have to go old school here and just flash some numbers.
Could we actually do that? I don't know if that's even allowable. How's our Twitter feed looking? Let me get the Rossview Hendersonville game. I believe it's the first game that we did on the Full Count Broadcast Network, our special broadcast there.
I watched
188 people I saw was the highest I ever saw on Twitter.
Nice. One of those was me.
One of them was you. We got 75 showing up on Twitter. I'm just amazed at how many are watching on Twitter instead of Facebook or YouTube. I guess you can't really chat on Twitter, can you?
No.
That's okay. One less plate. Keep in the air. Casabella back in the batter's box. He swings and misses at the first pitch he sees from Pomeroy. He was looking to put the Bison up by 1 there.
Kay did a good job there getting ahead in the count.
Runner goes, pitches inside, throw down to second base. Nice throw, but just a hair late. Who's our pinch runner here? Is that, I guess we don't have one. It's going to be Noah Jenkins this time. He gets the steal.
Carter took that strike.
They called that a strike?
They did,
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't see him call that. I thought he said that was a ball.
Oh, he called that one right on the line. It was a little inside in my opinion, but
yeah, it was.
Umpires getting paid the big bucks, not me.
0-2 now to Casabella. There was no way he was going to put that in play, I'll tell you that. That was going to hit him in the knuckles. 0-2 pitch. That's popped up in the infield. Playable for somebody. Not saying anybody's going to make the catch, but they will. Shortstop Gavin Miller come in and make the catch for out number 2. Cade Pomeroy in relief of Justin Varbrincourt. Trying to put a 0 up on the board in the bottom of the 6th inning for Station Camp. Nate Parsons checks in.
Former travel ball teammates back when they were little.
2 juniors. Their fathers are in plenty of experience with Full Count Ministries as that pitch gets in there on the outside corner. Nate Parsons' father, Jeff, down at first base coach's box. Cade Pomeroy's dad walking around knowing half of the people that are here at the ballpark. Parsons tired of waiting for Pomeroy. We got John Smithson here, Todd Neal. Who else was over there? Kevin Pomeroy's dad, Mr. Pomeroy. All Full Count supporters. Again.
I think this pitch comm thing is really bothering. They can't get on the same page.
Well, you also have maybe the pitch comm's not working and they have to flash signals. So you got a man at second.
Yeah.
And Cade Pomeroy may not be able to see the fingers put down by Jacob Murphy. Cade Pomeroy's been to Nicaragua a few times. Got any of the folks over there at Station Camp that's been?
No.
Any of the players that you know of?
Mm-mm. Not without lack of trying. Tried to get several to go. It's a fun trip.
We haven't talked about that too much, have we, as that breaking pitch lands up high. Jeff Parsons has a big story from his time in Nicaragua. He's one of the very first people to play there, but he pitched both ends of a doubleheader in a game down in Nicaragua through, I heard, 250-something pitches. That's popped up on the right side. It might be playable. Morris over, and that ball will fall foul as Peyton Peterson could not haul that one in.
Very similar play to earlier.
Just
Hendersonville. But that one.
This one's in foul territory.
Yep.
Nate Parsons one stayed fair and hit off the heel of his glove. Fell in for a base hit. So Station Camp leads in hits, but they're a run shy on the scoreboard. Runner at second, Noah Jenkins, had a 1-out single. And fouled as that pitch rode in on Parsons. Nice movement on that fastball by Pomeroy, and Parsons just barely stayed alive. That caught either the catcher or the home plate umpire with that foul ball. Tough guys with the equipment on. On deck, Noah Rice hoping to get an at-bat here in the 6th. Another pitch inside. They are staying into Parsons.
Try not to let him get his arms extended.
He's a pretty thick fella.
Never misses leg day, I tell you that.
It doesn't look like he's missing upper body day either.
Picks my son up graciously every morning for school, so I appreciate that.
That's a big help. Breaking pitch. Parsons leaves that one outside.
Fans don't have the vantage point we had.
No, they don't.
That was way outside.
High school baseball, college baseball, it doesn't matter. It's a 17-inch plate. It does not get called 17 inches. It's probably about a 23-inch plate that gets called. That one's way outside. Jenkins, big lead out there at second base. Does not draw the throw from Murphy. Well, the full count Ministries, a full count to Nate Parsons, a number 2 hole hitter for Station Camp. Hope you've enjoyed tonight's special broadcast. May try to do it again next week if we can work out our internet problem. Ground ball.
Gonna be a tough play by
tough
third
play.
baseman.
Varbancourt up and a strong throw to first base. Out, says the base umpire. On a bang play at first base. Justin Varbancourt pitched the first 5 innings. Throws a smoking fastball over to Peyton Peterson, who has to do the yoga stretch to just barely get Parsons at first.
Good play by Barbancourt there. Tough high chopper. Nate runs well. Charged it, caught it, and threw a strike exactly like he was pitching.
There's the break in the pattern.
There it goes.
My son Wilson used to call it a pattern, Dad. That's a pattern. I said, you're right, son. That's also a bow piano. That he used to call a piano a bow piano. And a babuena. He knows how to speak English now.
No.
But, I mean, he is 32 years old.
I do.
He's doing that now with his own 4-year-old son and 1-year-old daughter, Eli and Lucy. They better be in bed by now. No runs in that inning, 1 hit. No errors and 1 runner left on base. We head to the 7th. We're scheduled for 7. Sam Mullins still out on the mound for Station Camp. Let's see, who is that right fielder? Is that, in fact, Jenkins out in right field?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Rice still in center and
Schlagenhoff.
Schukendoodle still in left field. Scissorhoff or Scissors Hands or Schlagenhoff. And DeVore at third. Carter Casabella at second. Short. Nate Parsons at second. Tucker Smith at first base. Nick Alexander behind the plate. 8-9-1 due up for the Commandos. Fastball misses inside. Peyton Peterson singled in the second.
What's your grandfather name?
Mine?
Mm-hmm.
Grandpa.
Grandpa.
Yeah, I wanted to be Pawpaw. Strike called, but my daughter's, she's got two father-in-laws.
Okay.
As that ripped out the left center field, that will get down. Peterson has his second hit of the ball game. So my son-in-law's dad's name is Tim as well.
Okay.
And they ended up calling him Pawpaw Tim. And then stepfather is Pawpaw Sean. And there was no way I could be another Pawpaw Tim up here. And they live in Mississippi. So we have a pinch runner at first base. They don't make the announcement for the broadcaster, so we got to pick it up ourselves. Number 6, Bryce Howden. Little pinch run for Peyton Peterson. Bryce Howden, a 5'11", 190-pound senior. Ford Proctor, the new second baseman, stands in. He's going to square around for a drag bunt. High and outside.
Martin's giving signs.
And now he grabs his stopwatch. Runner fakes to go, and bunt is foul toward the dugout. Andy Gilley is over in the dugout with not in uniform. Head director of Parks and Recreation for the city of Hendersonville. Longtime coach for Hendersonville High School baseball.
Must have had a business meeting.
Yeah, had a meeting. Probably checking on how we're going to get better internet in Drakes Creek Park. Runner started to go. That will go way outside for a wild pitch, and runner will head down to second base. Now in scoring position.
Trying to give you a free out, Tim. Just need to take it sometimes.
On deck, leadoff batter Gavin Miller.
Think the bunt's still on here, Tim?
Absolutely. And it's a late arriving square around. That's not your typical sacrifice bunt. That's a drag bunt look there.
Everybody in the park knows it's coming, and he's showing late. Adds to the mystery a little bit, I guess.
Proctor 0 for 2. He did have a bunt, and then now he's got a walk. The first two have reached. Let's see if Gavin Miller is going to be asked to move the runners along.
Can't imagine he's not.
Leadoff batter has grounded out 3 times, twice to shortstop, once to second base. Nick Alexander wants to go out and talk to relief pitcher Sam Mullins.
How they're going to play this bunt, you know it's coming.
It should be coming. You would expect that a leadoff batter can handle the bat. Don't have statistics for these players, at least not for Hendersonville. My man Travis Smith, who's been on the microphone with me all game, has done a fantastic job. He's got a few that he can throw out there for station camp. Gets on the old game changer app. There's the bunt squared around. He bunts at a pitch above his head. Fouls that one off. That's your bunt into a triple play type pitch. Sam Mullins. As the pitcher, you want to throw the ball up in the zone. The fastball is the hardest pitch to bunt. Miller squares breaking pitch. Ooh. Just outside.
Don't know where that missed.
Yeah, seems like it's been a strike earlier today. So Corey Heppard, head coach, Brent Ebinger, assistant coach Austin Coppinger, and Jeff Parsons are the coaches. There's a bunt right in front of the plate. Tucker Smith comes all the way in from first base to field the sac bunt. Runners now at second and third. One out, and Houston Bogle's at the plate.
Go infield in here. Trying to keep the runner from scoring at third.
You're down by one. You don't want any more runs to come in, so pretty much have to come in. Breaking pitch. Called on the outside corner. Nice pitch there by Mullins. Bogle's 0 for 3, a couple strikeouts and a flyout.
He's just looking to do a job here, get it through the infield or elevate something.
Off-speed pitch blocked nicely by Alexander. Looked like maybe a changeup.
Nick's done a good job behind the plate today, keeping everything in front for the most part.
Bogle choking up on that bat. Cooling off here in
temperature
Gallatin
dropped a little bit. Isn't
it is. I was ill prepared with the short sleeves. Fastball above the letters for ball 3. There's a base open, but sure aren't trying to put Bogle on to face Mason Baker, who's standing in the on-deck circle.
One guy you do not want to make a mistake to.
And he's going to face him with the bases loaded.
He's a tough double play candidate as well. Imagine the middle infield will drop back to double play depth. Looking for a ground ball here, but that's not Mason's game. He hits the ball long and hard.
A triple and scored in the first, flew out to right field in the third, walked and scored in the sixth, and that run scored right now is the difference. 4-3, Hendersonville leads. Breaking pitch on the outside corner, must have whispered on its way by. 6 foot, 190 pounds senior. He's lifted a weight or two. There's a ground ball slowly hit. That's going to be a tough play. He's got no play, Carter Casabella.
Just a slow roller. No chance to turn to or even get Mason at first. He runs so well.
Yeah, your best play right there is maybe to get to force at third base. The problem was Caleb DeVore was coming over from his third base position. Not his fault. He's just going over there to see if he needs to field that. Everybody moves up 90 feet. Bryce Howden comes in to score the 5th run. Cade Pomeroy buckled at the plate on that breaking pitch. Ford Proctor now down at third. Houston Bogle at second and Mason Baker at first base. Another breaking pitch catches the inside corner and Pomeroy down 0-2. The 0-2 pitch misses badly outside. One run in, bases are still loaded, and only one out. Here in the top of the 7th, final inning of this contest. Out ahead, ground ball to third. The force at the plate is successful. That's what they were looking for in the last ground ball. Could not get to that one quickly enough, but DeVore able to get to that one. 2 outs. Lake Morris steps to the plate.
Got a pinch runner coming in. Or a courtesy runner for the
courtesy.
pitcher.
Okay.
Courtesy runner number 12, Jake
There we go. Another team Reese. Full count fall league player.
Two outs now. Base is still loaded.
Morris a fly out, a sac fly, and a walk. Has 1 RBI. Must have been a little low. Sam Mullins in relief of Noah Jenkins, who went 5 1/3 innings. Give up 6 hits, 4 runs. They were earned. Walked 2, struck out 3. These are unofficial statistics.
I'd say they're pretty good. You've kept a really good book over here. I've been impressed the whole night.
2 balls and a strike. It's your first time really sitting with me during a game, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've enjoyed having you along. This is Travis Smith, full count supporter. That pitch high and tight to Morris. No place to put Lake Morris.
You strike here. Walks another run. It's already a 2-run cushion for Hendersonville. Station Camp trying not to give up any more runs this inning.
Swing and a miss. Now the merry-go-round will start.
Everybody's going to be in motion.
Ollie Oxenfree, full count Ministries, full count. Bases are loaded, 2 outs. See if Mullins can deliver a strike, but instead he's going to do the inside move to see if Mason Baker's off a little bit too far down there at second base. Morris chokes up in the pitch. Popped up out of play, a full count. First pitch, foul ball.
What's your statistics on 3-2 swinging?
Yeah, you remember that,
I
huh?
do. It's one of my favorite.
I don't
stats.
keep that anymore. I used to keep track of it up here. That's just one of the spinning plates, Travis, I needed to just get rid of, okay? I got
Too much stuff going on.
I mean, I'm pressing dials and all that. Full count pitch, another foul ball to the left.
On the football field.
Souvenir for a lucky fan. Please return all foul balls to the merch pavilion. I can hear Mark McDaniel right now. To the merch tent. Mark, it's not a tent, okay? It's a pavilion.
It's a pavilion.
We'll do it again. Runners on the move, and it is ball 4. Got an RBI on the walk by Lake Morris, 3rd walk of the inning by Sam Mullins. So only 2 hits in the inning. Hendersonville with 2 runs here in the top of the 7th, insurance runs. Jacob Murphy takes the shin guards off and comes to the plate to face Sam Mullins. Breaking pitch just a hair outside. That fastball brought back by Nick Alexander. Gets the call there. Mullins not good command of the strike zone here in this inning. Came in relief. 1 out in the 6th inning. Able to get out with any further damage. Ground ball to the right side. It's easy play for Tucker Smith. Couple hops and he gloves and steps on the base for out number 3.
Well, Tim, this is it. Last half inning.
2 runs. Threw up an anomaly up on the scoreboard. 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors and 3 runners left on base. Oh, we got 2, 4, 6, 8 hits for Hendersonville now. Each team with 8 hits in the ball game, but a 6-3 lead by Station Camp as we move to the bottom of the 7th inning. Cade Pomeroy be out for the bottom of the 7th, trying to pick up a save and a win for Justin Varbancourt. Full Count Rhythm will begin their season this summer on May the 28th in Jackson, Tennessee. I'm already thinking of my trip to Florida here coming up a week from tomorrow. Jackson, Tennessee, to play the Jackson Rockabillies. They'll be in their second year in the Prospect League. Full Count in their first year of the Prospect League. And then game number 2 will be back up in Hendersonville at Drakes Creek Park for the first home game for the Rhythm in the Prospect League. So,
and who was that against?
You asked me.
You knew the first one.
Yep.
Didn't know the second. I didn't know if Jackson was doing a home and home.
It might be. We played Jackson Rockabillies 13 times in the season, so almost a fourth of the games that Rhythm playing the DuBois County Bombers, our old friends from Huntingburg, Indiana, is who our first home game is against. But Jackson on Tuesday at Jackson, and then Full Count will be then on the road again up to Cape Girardeau, Missouri, to take on the Cape Catfish. So I'm going to have to get used to a whole new group of nicknames and names of teams. We have the Illinois Valley Pistol Shrimp. I don't think we play them this year.
Okay.
But the Chillicothe Paints in Chillicothe, Ohio, we take them on. Second week of the season. That's a 3-game road trip up to lovely Chillicothe, Ohio, up back in my home state. But I got that bumper sticker that said I wasn't born in the South, but I got here as quick as I could. That's right, Addis. Hello.
I flinched.
Charge those next time, Travis.
No thanks. I would have eat my face up.
3, 4, and 5 due up for Station Camp, in need of 3 runs. Pomeroy with the changeup in there for a called strike, and he's ahead 0-2. Head coach is not happy with Corey Heppard, the head coach of Station Camp, with that call. Looked like a pretty good call from this point right here. Swing and a miss on a ball in the dirt. Rice head down to first base, but the throw by Jacob Murphy will complete the out. So a strikeout of Noah Rice. He 1 for 4 now. First strikeout by Pomeroy on the evening. Tucker Smith steps to the plate. He's 0 for 3. First baseman played fantastic out in the field. Struggled at the plate here in this ball game. Takes a big hack and foul tips it into the mitt of Murphy. Raises that front foot up and try to stay on that back foot.
He is not cheated on his swings.
Ground ball to short. Miller stays down on it. Gloves, throws. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
1 out away from Hendersonville victory.
Appreciate everybody joining us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Try to get another high school broadcast maybe next week if we can. I'll be dependent on whether or not we have an internet box. That one's got to go back to Todd Neal. Hopefully he's still here. I don't have to take it back to his house. Sam Mullins could not hold up on that breaking pitch. Mullins 1 for 3. Full Count Ministries, umbrella organization of the Full Count Rhythm Summer Collegiate Baseball Team, brings this broadcast to you. Special broadcast between Hendersonville High School here at Station Camp tonight. It's the 3rd broadcast for the Commandos this year. Fastball misses outside. On deck, Maddox Schlegenhaft. I just wanted to say Schlegenhaft again.
One more time.
Yeah, one more time. And that one's a little low. 3 balls and a strike. Pomeroy came on in the 6th. And walks his first batter. Giving Station Camp a little bit of hope. Maddox Schlegenhaft, who's 0 for 3 with 3 flyouts, steps to the plate. But even if he lifts one out of here, the 3-run lead, that extra run in the top of the 7th inning.
They need base runners, Tim. They're not looking to hit home runs.
I was going to say, I don't know how many home runs Schlegenhaft has this year.
I don't think he has any on the year.
Caleb DeVore, who's
he got him one.
On deck, said he got him one.
He did.
Cade Pomeroy with dead silence here at the park. Throws a breaking pitch, called a strike. That was more of a 12-6 breaking pitch there than a sweeper.
Good looking curveball. There it is again, same pitch.
I'm going to say he's going to go again.
We've been trying to guess it all night. Guessing fastball up, and we've been wrong quite a bit.
Going to go breaking pitch outside. Nope. He was calling for it outside. He just didn't get it there. Six to 3. Commandos get the win here as Cade Pomeroy picks up the save. And this one belongs to the Commandos. Pomeroy comes in. 2 strikeouts here in the 7th. Gets the save for Justin Barbancourt, who gets the win.
Good game. That was fun, Tim. I enjoyed it. Thanks for coming out here to Station Camp for a good battle between Station Camp and Hendersonville here.
Well, both teams be in the playoffs. Station Camp is 8-0, and their conference, Hendersonville 4-4. They will play next Friday, I believe, in district play. So Kevin Pomeroy has picked up a microphone.
Oh, now I think I'll pick it up.
Now you can stand wherever you want to stand now.
Well, number 2, Ken. I don't even get to give him a ride home anymore. I hated that he's growing up, but it's fun to watch him compete. Hey, Tim, we really appreciate I know if Travis hasn't said this, but you taking your time, your gift, the energy, this is a real way that you serve the Lord. Going down to the ballpark, going to Moss Wright and games around. We're so thankful for you and at Full Count and what you do, man, and we just love you, and we appreciate you doing that. That's really all I want to come over here and say is how honored I am to call you a friend and the gift that you use here, man. It impacts these kids' lives.
Appreciate you saying that. You know I love doing it. You've seen me go on the road, and you know I don't have to, and sure appreciate the opportunity to do it, and that the Full Count board and Josh Carmen and them have allowed me to do it, and it was an honor to be asked to do it back in 2021, and it's led to me going over to Vol State and broadcasting baseball, basketball, and softball. And shit, if they played football and hockey, I'd probably be doing that as well.
It's funny how God works. We needed an announcer. You stepped up to ask you to do it, and the doors he's opened, working upstream. Now you're getting to share the gospel and be the light of Christ to junior college players in softball and baseball and people around the world listening, and they all know that you love Jesus and who Jesus is. You always get that in. And, man, we have a good God that takes a bunch of knuckleheads like us that love baseball and allows different ways to do it. On another note, number 2 is okay if you do every one of his games, because I think he's not.
He hadn't got out yet, has he? He was 2 for 2. He was 2 for 2 in the one game. I don't remember what he did against Liberty Creek. He might have gotten an out in that Liberty Creek game. We won't go back.
Thank you, Travis.
He did a great job.
And thank you, Tim.
All right.
Over here and hug my son. Thank
All righty. It's Kevin Pomeroy, Sumner County Commissioner and father of Cade Pomeroy, who got the save in tonight's game, and 3 for 3 in
the plate. Yeah, he had a great game. Triple,
He was 3 for 4. Had a fielder's choice in his last.
Oh, that's right.
But, yeah, a couple singles and a triple.
Yep.
Drove in a run, scored a run. Cade Pomeroy did it all for Hendersonville. I guess we do need to pick a Chick-fil-A of Rivergate player of the game. Let's see. Pomeroy might. I don't think we can go anywhere else.
I would say that would be my vote.
You get Cade Pomeroy with the save. 3 for 4 day, scored a run, drove in a run. Started as a DH, a 6'3", 195-pound junior. We'll get our pick as the Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. The Todd and Linda Hunley Chick-fil-A over there at Rivergate.
Todd was kind enough to provide dinner for Station Camp's baseball team this afternoon. They had D group this morning. Reed Glover ran the D group this morning, and then Todd provided Chick-fil-A for the baseball team before the game tonight. So thank you, Todd Hunley and Chick-fil-A Rivergate.
I go spicy.
Oh, yeah.
Do you go spicy? Are you a spicy chicken guy?
I love spicy chicken. Love spicy. Hot chicken, spicy chicken, whatever.
We've got our Full Count Ministries verse of the game. We'll go right back with the mission verse. I had it pulled up, and then I lost it. I have it somewhat memorized. 1 Corinthians 9:25. Everyone who competes in the games goes into strict training. They do it to get a crown that will not last, but we do it to get a crown that will last forever. The Full Count Ministries verse of the game. We do that after every game on the Full Count Broadcast Network. I also do that on my Vol State Sports Network broadcast as well. They've allowed me to do that. Athletic Director Bobby Hudson, Head Coach Jim McGuire, who's in his third year at Vol State. They appreciate my broadcasting as well over there. They've been great supporters of Full Count Ministries and of me. And I got 10 D group members over there with Vol State. That'll make now 15 guys that I've been able to share life with in the last 2 years. So get a little plug to Volunteer State Community College to allow me to broadcast not only in the spring but also in the fall and then the wintertime with basketball. I did 28 basketball games this year and had a ton of fun. But my wife's ready for me to have a little break. And Vol State has a 3-game series this weekend starting tomorrow. Single game tomorrow and doubleheader Saturday. I'll be on the Vol State Sports Network if you want to join me for Volunteer State Pioneers baseball. I'll be over there tomorrow and Saturday, but that will end. And then it's down to Panama City Beach with my lovely wife, Susan, who's texting me and saying, hey, are you still broadcasting? What's going on?
Thanks for listening,
honey.
Yeah.
Can't you hear me? But Travis Smith, it's been great for you. I appreciate you inviting me to broadcast here. Thanks for sticking with me the whole time, and it's fun to have a second person, and especially somebody who knows, the players and stuff. So appreciate you again for inviting me out, and sorry it's been almost to the last week of the season before I was able to get out here. But
enjoyed it. Thank you. Thanks for coming. Thanks for doing your setup. I don't think the people at home understand how intricate and detailed this is. You're running a camera operator. You're keeping up with the internet. You're keeping up with the feeds. You've got their audio, and
you're getting a look behind the curtain, aren't you?
I'm impressed, Tim. I'm really impressed. You're a one-man shop
for an old guy. Everything I know, Zach Williams and AJ Fossen have taught me. My play-by-play man for Full Count Rhythm is Zach Williams, and I'm looking forward to getting back with him as we'll broadcast that first game on May 28th, and then I go on the road and ride solo. But this year I'll have an intern with me, so a young man at University of Miami down in Florida who's going to come up and be an intern with me. So we'll have a little different broadcast this year, but
looking forward to it.
Right here in Station Camp, though, Hendersonville came in and defeated the Bison 6-3 in out-of-district matchup of rivals here. And it's been a joy to bring you that on the Full Count Broadcast Network for Travis Smith and head coach Corey Heppard here at Station Camp. Been great hosts for me on this broadcast. This is Tim Reese saying so long, God bless you. We'll talk to you soon on the Full Count Broadcast Network.